And now we would like to return to our speaker for our traditional City Club questions. We welcome questions from everybody, including guests. Holding the microphones today are City Club's Operations Assistant, Micah Tadashi, and Intern Kim Leary. And now for our first question, please.
Mr. Holifield, you talked about achieving all these wonderful things. What are your day-to-day programs that are being used to carry these out? And what do you do from day to day in your operation?
Thank you very much. As I described earlier, our day-to-day operations are program delivery in the areas of economic empowerment, youth development, fatherhood, rising tide, employment services, computer training, and nurse aid training. In those areas, we are proud to report that we are home to Cuyahoga County's Small Business Development Center. Over the last 4 years, we've helped to nearly 4,000 clients, about 70 new business starts over the 4-year period, and in this year, between January and May, our last report, 9 new business starts. In our youth development area, we have our ABC Tour, that's an all-black college immersion and education program, Project Ready with Cincinnati, Cleveland Municipal Metropolitan School District. Jeez, oh man. That's terrible. Our nurse aid assistant program, to date, we have seen 171 clients and have placed 157 of those clients in employment training. To date, in 2007, we served 1,165 clients and placed 348. To date, we have served 368 and placed 104. So, and this is with a program delivery staff of about 10 full-time employees. So our team is talented and delivers on the mission. We believe we can do more.
Johnathan, Nate. You aptly speak to the collaboration thing. And to have collaboration, there needs to be trust and understanding. And I wonder what your thoughts were with regard to what are the types of courageous conversations we need to have, what are the mechanisms and habits we need to build to truly foster that understanding and collaboration. Thanks.
Thank you. As you can imagine, I have some thoughts about that. And I'll speak for the Urban League. The Urban League will be a magnanimous, gracious, and appreciative collaborator. The element in successful collaborations begin with that kind of spirit. It is a soft thing, but it is indispensable to working with large groups. This game is not checkers, it's chess, with pieces that move in myriad ways, not just forward and back. And to have the grace and magnanimity and the appreciation to interface with pieces that move all over the board is the spirit of engagement that we must have. And that begins with me. And that is the spirit that I bring to this seat and to this community. You know, we have the kind of Cleveland that is perfect, yet incomplete. There's an idea called perfect after its kind. We have produced the community we have. No one else did. No one else could. It is perfect based on who and what we are today. That shouldn't give us pause. What should give us pause if Cleveland was perfect and complete as it is. That should give you pause. It is perfect yet incomplete, and we can make it the kind of city, the kind of community we desire it to be. We are the we've been waiting for. Okay.
Mr. Holifield, I looked at your resume and you mentioned Detroit and your mother lives near Detroit and you were in Cincinnati for a while and then you were in Buffalo. So welcome to the Great Lakes Midwest where you've been all your life and here to Cleveland. I think it's rather nice that you've had a career in this region and come to Cleveland to share your skills. I was particularly, and I've always liked the Wayne Gretzky comment you made about, I'm going to be where the puck is going to be, not where it is. So where do you think, in your vision, the issues are or the kind of things you'd like to see the Urban League at in a year or two or three, whatever your vision is right now, that we should be working toward and helping you with?
Right. Absent growing, frankly, the kind of organization someone like a Jeffrey Canada has in Harlem. And keep in mind, Harlem's a big community, and he only serves 10,000 of those with about a $48 million budget. That's not in our future. So while we will refine our program delivery, we must grow a complementary capacity to identify, develop, and execute larger scale projects that impact not incrementally but exponentially more people. Doing it in conjunction with folks who are here and others who are not. An urban league that delivers great content but has a process of civic engagement that allows it to have exponentially greater impact. I don't believe those two things are in conflict. I believe they are complementary.
Can I refer to you as Mr. Holifield? Andrew Jackson. I have a question. Oftentimes people get the NAACP and the Urban League confused. Can you help clear up the confusion between the two organizations and both the distinction between the two?
Only with the qualifier that I'm not speaking for the Cleveland branch NAACP. But I do have a long history and a great affinity for the NAACP. As a matter of fact, I grew up as an advocate with the NAACP. At its core, NAACP is about advocacy, acquisition, and exercise of civil rights. It is largely a volunteer-based organization. Urban League, from its inception, has been about economic empowerment in one form or another, from the acquisition of skills to get a job to actually helping to connect clients with jobs. All of the things that roll into economic empowerment. Largely served by professional staff and not a huge volunteer base like the NAACP. But I think there are lessons to be learned from the NAACP. What better way to multiply the impact of talented staff than with equally or more talented volunteers? We're not built that way today. But as part of our ongoing planning and thinking, we certainly believe, without knowing the definitive answer, we believe that we must have a more robust volunteer base.
It'd be interesting to know how you are governed and what your budget is and what is your greatest potential of additional income. Where would it come from?
We're governed by a self-perpetuating board of trustees. We are not a classic not-for-profit membership organization. Our budget hovers 2008 projected about $2.3 million. Small numbers, small high leverage instrument. The greatest opportunities for growth, frankly, is to monetize mission impact.